Gavin before Plot Profit Academy. I was just a student in school and I did pest control door to door. Before I hadn't really heard about, land investing. I'd heard about house flipping and things like that in real estate, and I knew there was, good money to make in that. I hadn't heard about land flipping though until pretty recently after meeting Hunter. And, I saw there was a lot of value in that and something you don't really think about a lot of the time in flipping, vacant pieces of land, but, it really surprised me how much, how successful you can be in that. I've been land flipping for 6 months. I really got into it though around 4 months ago. At first it seemed like a super complicated process, so I didn't really know how to get into it. I thought there were a bunch of steps, so that was the part I was skeptical about, just like how it would work. It was awesome. I mean, he showed me all the things I needed to do. He gave me a script. He gave me kind of the ins and outs of how to work with realtors, how to do double closes, how to buy the properties and evaluate them, and then how to work on mailers. So really every single part of the business, he walked me through it. The first deal I did was about 2.5 acres around there. We bought it for about $12,000 and we ended up selling it for around $34,000. So we had a pretty good margin on there. So that was like a really good introduction for me. Current deals we've coming in, so we just bought one for about $30,000 around there, and we're looking to be able to sell it for $90,000. We just listed it about a couple weeks ago, and then we just closed on one for about $70,000, and we're looking to sell it for about $160, $170 around there. So we have some really good ones in the pipeline, some smaller ones, and then some bigger ones. The biggest thing that surprised me was probably the willingness of some people. Like, the leads are hard to get, but once you get a good lead, the willingness of them to, move forward with a solid offer for both sides, and then their willingness to go through an easy closing process instead of, them maybe listing with the realtor and waiting forever. I would say probably the process, it's really step by step. So kind of walks you through each way from, getting the original mailers out, getting the original leads to all the way to closing it. And it goes through the step-by-step process and answers all those questions you have instead of maybe, kind of having a broader course where it just kind of tells you what to do. This one's very specific and really detailed. I would say just learn all you can about it and then just start, even if it's not, a ton of volume or a ton of mailers. Just kind of get your feet wet, and then once you get your first deal, you'll build momentum off of that, and from there you can get going. But really just to start,